Rebel had addressed the concerns regarding XRP. Denial of access to the liquidity hub. Meanwhile, legal counsel Deaton has presented various pieces of evidence supporting Ripple's fair notice defense. Will those details, however, matter? At long last, I'll provide an update on the status of the SEC complaint against Ripple. However, will XRP be implemented quickly? To find out the rest, read on to the conclusion. Welcome to our channel, where we discuss recent developments in the world of XRP and other cryptocurrencies. Ripple, a Silicon Valley company, has not included XRP on its liquidity hub due to regulatory concerns in the United States. The XRP technology company has explained why it decided to leave XRP out of its new liquidity hub offering. The company has cited the uncertain nature of U.S. regulation of the asset as the primary factor in their decision. Ripple revealed in a subsequent tweet that this information is now reflected in the official liquidity hub. According to the page's contents, Ripple is thinking of including XRP into the liquidity hub solution in the near future. Concerns in the XRP community regarding outright exclusion have been allayed. XRP's participation in the offering, Ripple explained, is conditional on the asset receiving regulatory certainty in the United States. In particular, if the Ripple vs. SEC case results in a ruling that XRP is not a security, Ripple may be able to include XRP in its liquidity hub offering. If the judge determines, however, that XRP is a security, it is quite unlikely that it will ever be included in the proposed solution. You may recall that Ripple first announced the product in November 2021, stating that, once released, it will support XRP in addition to 5 other assets. Many people who support XRP were confused by its apparent non-existence at the product's initial release. In his analysis of the current scenario, attorney John Deaton drew analogies to similar cases in the past to explain Ripple's conclusion. According to Deaton, before the introduction of PayPal's cryptocurrency services, CEO Daniel Schulman met with Jay Clayton, the head of the US SEC. According to Deaton, PayPal excluded XRP from its digital asset sale before the lawsuit was filed. It's important to note that Robinhood also doesn't use XRP. Deaton pointed out that the current case with the SEC is a major roadblock for XRP's development. Deaton admitted that the legal issue is more pressing than the disappointment felt by XRP fans due to Ripple's tight affiliation with the asset. Deaton stressed that the fact that Ripple spent $100 million to disprove that XRP is a security shows that the company does not believe XRP to be a security. He did, however, point out that the law and the risk perception of other American-based businesses are the real issues, not Ripple's stance on XRP. Notably, the current inclusion of XRP in the liquidity hub may deter US-based enterprises from utilizing the product because of fears of repercussions from the SEC and other regulators. Because of the regulatory ambiguity that surrounds the asset. Be sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe to our channel to be among the first to know about any breaking news involving XRP. There has been discussion around the validity of Ripple's fair notice defense for the previous few weeks. The dominant Silicon Valley technology firm submitted a new letter to the SEC on March 3 in support of its fair notice defense in the ongoing litigation. Several reasons why the defendants didn't expect an SEC enforcement action were outlined in their fair notice defense. Several issues are brought up, such as the absence of regulations for the cryptocurrency market and the statement by ex-SEC Director William Hinman that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. There are many who, despite Ripple's defense, continue to argue that the main blockchain business's fair notice defense is baseless. Ripple's fair notice defense has been called into question, but crypto law pioneer attorney John Deaton recently responded to these claims in a Twitter discussion. Deaton argues that if one wants to dismiss Ripple's fair notice defense, one must do so by ignoring both the facts and the law. He came to the conclusion that the idea had some value, despite the fact that it probably wouldn't win in the end. According to Deaton, MoneyGram's June 2019 agreement with Ripple to use Ripple's XRP product in foreign exchange settlements was not rejected by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Why would the SEC accept this MoneyGram arrangement if XRP was itself an illegal security, as the SEC now claims? On his last full day at the SEC, the day after he met with Gary Gensler, 18 months before he withdrew the litigation, Clayton interrogated. Deaton argued that MoneyGram's sales of XRP through Coinbase might be regarded an investment contract with Ripple, even when customers were unaware of the blockchain company, based on the SEC's nonsensical interpretation of what is an investment contract. Deaton claimed the SEC made no fuss about MoneyGram's request to buy and trade XRP. Instead, MoneyGram was instructed by the SEC to treat XRP sales as a contra expenditure. Deaton added that XRP was featured alongside Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum in the Financial Stability Oversight Council's annual report, which was signed by former SEC Chair Jay Clayton. Deaton also cited the Howey memo by SEC enforcement attorneys in support of Ripple's fair notice argument. Deaton claims that the SEC's enforcement lawyers issued a Howey XRP letter the day before Hinman's controversial speech on June 14, 2018, despite the fact that Hinman did not directly address XRP in his remarks. Judge Sarah Netbone revealed, despite the fact that the document is still protected, that no recommendation was made by SEC staff at the end of the analysis. Deaton claims that action would have been suggested by SEC enforcement lawyers if they had concluded that XRP definitely qualified as a security. He continued by saying that a cease and desist letter would have been suggested to Ripple if the attorneys had concluded that XRP constituted a security. If the corporation still refuses to comply after receiving this notification, then legal action will be initiated, according to Deaton. Even more, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, and David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, met with the SEC in or around August 2018 to explain why Hinman omitted XRP from his problematic remarks. They could have simply given the letter to Ripple's CEO and CTO and said, "Here, read this," if it had concluded that XRP was in fact a security. They didn't, though. Clayton instead stated something to the effect of, "Okay, just keep talking to the staff about it at future meetings." Deaton declared. Ballard, Inc. January 1, 2020 ethics filing with the SEC is another piece of evidence supporting the validity of Ripple's fair notice defense. Ballard reassured the SEC in the filing that it should not worry about its investments in cryptocurrencies because it will only deal with Bitcoin BTC, Ethereum ETH, and XRP, the three most popular cryptocurrencies that are not regulated by the SEC. Deaton, who is acting as an amicus curiae in the action on behalf of thousands of XRP holders, said that the SEC made public 60 days before charging Ripple that it had never declared the cryptocurrency to be a security. We shall now move on to the day's primary topic. Be sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe to our channel to be among the first to know about any breaking news involving XRP. Ripple's General Counsel, Stuart Alderoty, recently provided an intriguing update on the SEC's legal troubles before the Supreme Court of the United States. Alderoty tweeted yesterday that the SEC has lost 5 of its 6 cases before the highest court in the land. The latest setback for the watchdog occurred yesterday in the form of the SEC versus Cochrane case. The lawsuit challenges the SEC's administrative law judge's authority to entertain constitutional issues in situations where the regulator has not yet issued a final adjudicative order. Michelle Cochrane, a certified public accountant whom the SEC accused of failing to comply with federal auditing standards, was found not guilty in the case. It's interesting to observe that Alderoty has been keeping score of 6 losses at the Supreme Court level. Alderoty announced the agency's 4th loss in the apex court in February. He complimented the few organizations with the fortitude and means to fight back against the SEC's punitive enforcement operations. Members of the XRP community, including as the father of crypto law, attorney John Deaton, have spoken out in response to the SEC's recent loss in the Supreme Court. Deaton claims that the SEC's reputation has been tarnished with each successive case. He made reference to the bullying tactics used by the SEC's administrative judge against the defendant in the case of SEC versus Cochrane. Deaton also pointed to a crucial part of the lawsuit that shows the SEC is successful 90% of the time in internal proceedings and only 69% of the time in federal court. It is crucial that Ripple's ongoing action against the SEC be lost at the Supreme Court. Ripple has stated that if Judge Analisa Torres does not rule in its favor, the company will appeal all the way to the Supreme Court. Deaton underlined that the Second Circuit and the Supreme Court are the ideal venues for Ripple's arguments. The case has been before Judge Analisa Torres, but she has yet to issue a ruling. Alderoty did state that an appeal will be filed without delay if the court did not rule in Ripple's favor. If the case makes it to the Supreme Court, Ripple has a good chance of winning because the SEC has a poor track record there. Now that we've reached the end of the film, people, I just want to remind you to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe and enable notifications. See you in the next one. Bye.